Please excuse Sam Rockwell if he's feeling a little exhausted lately. He's been channeling former President George W. Bush for The Big Short director Adam McKay's next film, Backseat, which stars Christian Bale as former Vice President Dick Cheney and Amy Adams as his wife, Lynn. The unusual role is just the latest in a wildly varied professional career that has averaged 2 movies a year for the last 20 years. I'd like to slow down. I think I need to slow down a little bit. I'm a little tired. But you take the work when you can get it, I guess, the New York-based Rockwell said last month at Hollywood's Chateau Marmont. He was briefly in LA as part of an ongoing tour supporting 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri, which won the coveted Audience Award at this year's Toronto International Film Festival following a rapturous reception at the Venice Film Festival, and is expected to be a major player in multiple categories this award season. Sam Rockwell, J.L. Clendon in Los Angeles Times. The film, which opened November 10, also marks Rockwell's third collaboration with writer-director Martin McDonagh after the play A B Handing in Spokane and the ensemble film Seven Psychos. I think I probably saw him in Lawn Dogs, but it didn't quite register until I saw Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. How versatile and how smart and how fun he was as an actor, McDonagh said of when he first took notice of Rockwell. I caught up with everything he'd done up to that point, especially Moon. Sipping fresh mint tea and accompanied at the chateau by his loyal 11-year-old dog Sadie, Rockwell is nothing like his 3 billboards character, Jason Dixon, an unapologetically racist small-town police officer who becomes an unexpected ally in the quest of divorced mother Mildred Hayes Frances McDormand to bring her late daughter's rapist murderer to justice. Nevertheless, McDonagh wrote Dixon with Rockwell in mind. There is a type of American male that is very useful for me to have Sam's voice in my head as I'm writing, McDonagh said. There's something loose and dangerous as a guy, maybe, quirky and unexpected. It's a testament to how great an actor he is, how unafraid he is to go to those very dark places without sentimentalizing the character. There's something lovable about Rockwell as a person, but he doesn't lay anything on top of that. Director Martin McDonagh is photographed at the London Hotel in West Hollywood on October 27, 2017. His latest film, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, is bound to get an Oscar nomination. Los Angeles Times. Mel Malkin. Rockwell spoke about working with McDonagh, the unexpected relevance their film has with today's headlines and the challenge of playing a former president. Besides Martin McDonagh writing this role for you, what drew you to 3 Billboards? It was just a great part. The journey this guy takes is just amazing, you know, Barney Fife and Travis Bickle. It was really fun, that journey. And then we kind of marked it out so it wouldn't be too comedic. We wanted to make sure it didn't get too goofy so you could follow the guy as it went along. What did you do to prepare for the role? I am very anal about my preparation. I just go and go. No rock unturned kind of thing. I went to southern Missouri and did some ride-alongs with cops. It was intense. They were like stopping drug dealers and stuff like that. I had them tape my lines for a good accent. There was a drug house that was pretty awful. The thing with watching cops is you don't get that smell. Feces, drugs. It was just a horrible smell in there. Really bad. Frances McDormand is a force of nature in this movie. What was it like working opposite her? She's intimidating, but she's also a real softie. She's serious, but we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of laughs. I can't imagine anyone else putting out the fire on those billboards. I believe she would really do that, kicking the kids in the... I'm not saying Fran would do that, but there's something about it that I believe when I watch Fran. But she's also very soulful, you know, she has a lot of vulnerability and warmth, and you see that in the movie. She's John Wayne. You're getting a lot of awards buzz for your performance, but you were in a similar situation for Conviction and ultimately not nominated for any top awards. What was that experience like? We were riding the wave there for a second. It was fun. Director Tony Goldwyn and I did a little press tour with Hilary Swank. I think Christian Bale was the guy that year for The Fighter. And then Jeremy Renner too, who is a pal of mine, for The Town. It was like the 3 Boston Toughs. And then Christian was just sweeping. We were all at the Critics' Choice. We were there having fun. We all knew Christian was gonna get it, so we all got drunk and just laughed. We were just there for the party. Sam Rockwell. Los Angeles Times. J.L. Clendon. And speaking of Christian Bale, some photos have emerged online with him in full makeup as Dick Cheney. He's unrecognizable. I look a little different, but Bale and Adams look really different. It's intense. He gained some weight, and then he's got a suit on. He's got eyebrows. He shaved his head. He gets picked up at 2 in the morning. He's not sleeping at all. I have a prosthetic nose. That takes a couple of hours. Have you ever met President Bush? I've never met him. I met his daughter briefly. She was really sweet. Playing him is challenging, like playing Elvis Presley or something. I'm on the internet listening to him constantly. I feel like I haven't slept just watching him. I have like 4 more days in December, and then I'm done shooting. 3 Billboards is obviously a fictional story but touches on a lot of timely issues as well. Even at the London Film Festival you were asked questions about Harvey Weinstein. How have you been feeling about the flood of stories of sexual harassment and assault lately? It's disgusting. It makes me embarrassed to be a white male, I mean a male, period. It's an embarrassing time to be a white male right now. I just played a KKK guy with Taraji P. Henson for the film The Best of Enemies. It's about him and a civil rights activist that Taraji plays. I talked to an ex-white supremacist. He said something really interesting. It's not so much that you hate black or brown people, it's that you hate yourself. I think that's what's going on with Jason Dixon in 3 Billboards. And a lot of these public people that we're talking about too. All that misogyny, racism comes from self-hatred and not being able to go to therapy and figure out. You have intimacy issues. You're some kind of sex addict. Maybe if Jason Dixon had gone to therapy, he'd be a little better. I am a therapy believer. Especially if you're a crazy actor, you've gotta go to therapy. We're neurotic. If there's a scene that I can't crack, sometimes I'm like, maybe this is too personal, so I'll talk about it with a shrink. I guess that's my spirituality. I'm not really religious. I do a little yoga. I like breathing and stretching and like that. And talking about your feelings. Director Martin McDonagh and actor Sam Rockwell from the film 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. J.L. Clendon in Los Angeles Times.